Hey Barnaby,
Hello.
if you could walk down like a passageway, and you would walk through a wall, and you would end up in any century, any decade, any year, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's easy. The 19th century.
And why is that?
I always fancied I could have a chat with Jack the Ripper and talk him out of it.
Actually, it was the 18th century, but I mean 1800s. So was that 19th century? I guess.
Yeah.
That's funny you mentioned that actually, because Gary Sparrow actually went to the 1800s in an episode of a show we're going to be talking about today, and people were wondering who the fuck's Gary Sparrow. Well, Gary Sparrow is a character played by legendary actor Nicholas Lyndhurst, who made his fame in. Oh, originally it was Going Straight. It was the first thing he appeared in, but he's probably most known for playing Rodney Trotter in Early Fools and Horses. Um, so yeah, Goodnight Sweetheart. It's a show that aired between I think 93 to 99. I could be wrong.
Something like that, yeah.
And it was a show about a guy named Gary Sparrow who lived in Cricklewood in London.
Yeah, cock to his friends.
You what?
Cock to his friends.
It was a cock to his friends.
No, that's his name. That's his nickname, Cock.
What do you mean?
Cock Sparrow.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying it's a cock to his friend, and he is kind of a cock to his good friend Ron Wheatcroft, whose life is tragic.
And yet still mine.
Sorry, what was that?
And yet still somehow better than mine.
Ron Wheatcroft, who is in a relationship with a lady called Stella, and she ends up cheating on him, and it's quite tragic, really. But the show went for 6 seasons. That sounds about right. Yeah, 6 seasons. It's quite fresh in my memory, so I've only just finished series 6 and watched the special, which I don't know how I feel about the special. I feel like it was like.
This is a show about the Second World War that lasted longer than the Second World War.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, actually, yeah. If you think about it, it did. Was interesting because he goes. It's weird because he's in 1994, but when he goes back, he's in 1941. So we don't. You would. What's that?
I thought it was 42.
No, it's 41, and then it's 42, and then it's 44. There's no 43 in there. So I don't know how actually it works. I don't know if it's the same month, same in each time magic portal thing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, basically what happens is Gary. I don't even know how he discovers it. It's been so long since I watched the first series, but he's
looking for an address. He's a TV repairman, and he's lost, and he goes down an alleyway called Duck's Passage.
Yeah, and he ends up in 1941 at the Royal Oak, which is a real pub, apparently. Apparently it's a real pub in London. I think it's in the West End of London, I believe.
No idea.
Obviously he's from Cricklewood, which is a real place, which I didn't know. I thought it was made up. Duck's Passage is made up. What was that?
You've never been?
What? Which where? Never been where?
To Cricklewood.
Why would I go to Cricklewood?
I don't know. Must be something there.
What? See Ron Wheatcroft?
No, I think he went out of business, didn't he?
Oh, it's photocopying of it was printing. Originally he was his own boss, wasn't he? And then later on he ends up working for someone, and then he gets done for it.
Forge your money, but it's old money.
Yeah, 50 years. 50 years.
I've never even seen one of those.
50 years too late.
Aye.
No, I've never seen money from the 1940s. I've not even seen 90s money. So that was the first time seeing 90s money. But yeah,
well, money was a lot like money today, but it was worth a lot more.
Well, it was paper that's plastic now, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen a 50 either.
What, the new 50 or the old 50?
The new ones. I'm not quite that sheltered. I have seen old ones.
No, I've not seen a new 50, but it's an interesting show. There's obviously it's a sitcom, but it has dark themes such as adultery. Obviously, Gary goes between 1940s and the 1990s, where in the 1990s he's married to Yvonne Sparrow.
Yeah, but can you actually cheat on someone who's not even been born yet?
Well, yeah, because he goes back to. So obviously in the first 3 series, Phoebe Bamford played by Derva Kerwin and Michelle Holmes plays Yvonne Sparrow, and then in series 4 onwards it's Emma Amos as Yvonne Sparrow, and Elizabeth
Is it
Carlin.
Amos? Amos. I always said Amos.
Amos, I don't know how you pronounce it. I think they actually talk about it in one of the DVDs about changing cast. But it's funny. I think they actually meant like not mention it, but there's a episode. I think it's the first episode of series 4, and Gary goes down the lines about Phoebe looks a bit different or something like that. Like they make a nod at it, but obviously it's never really recognised because obviously it's the same character, different actor. But yeah, it's quite dark, isn't it? Like, think about it.
Well, the subtext is dark, but it's really just played for laughs.
Yeah, I mean, poor Ron. You know that guy, hopelessly romantic. Now he's got a receding hairline. Poor bastard. Can't imagine that. Poor Ron, eh?
Well, anyway.
Who's played by Victor Maguire, who I believe he was known for Bread, the series Bread, which I know nothing about.
That's what I've heard he's in. I don't really know Bread very well.
He's a Scouser, so he's up there with the greats. Great Scouser actors that we love. Huh?
Such as
Craig Charles.
Uh-huh.
Alexi Sale.
Uh-huh.
And Victor Maguire.
That's your holy Liverpool Trinity, is it?
Yeah, and the Beatles. Can't forget that. Yeah.
Anyway.
What would you say your holy Trinity of Scousers is?
I don't think I have one.
So you don't like the Beatles? You don't like Alexi? Or Craig?
Well, you know, for I love them all, especially the Beatles. Mind you, kind of basically look like Alexi Sale, but that's not the point.
You also love Victor Maguire as well, but
depends how fat I get.
No, I mean like in the last series, series 6.
There is that.
Because it's interesting how his hair changes and he gets a goatee and stuff. But yeah, I mean it was a really good show. You know, it's funny when they go to Buckinghamshire, and it's just fields. So obviously, yeah, I know, but it's funny to see that because it's like, oh yeah, that's not fields anymore. Well, it is, but not all of it. But yeah, it's just interesting, and it's like the episode. I think it's series 3, maybe it's series 2, where Gary decides he's like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the 1940s, and he fakes his own death, and Yvonne knows nothing about it, and the only one that knows is Ron, because obviously until the end, Ron's the only one that knows about his time traveling. Till the last episode, he gets stuck in 1944, and he ends up writing on the wall.
Is it not 45?
No, it's 45. Yeah, no, it's 45. Sorry. Yeah, at the end of the war, and he ends up writing on where Ron's staying, because Ron's staying in what he used to live in the 40s, and he writes on the wall, and then that's when Yvonne finds out that Gary's a time traveler and has been cheating on her, and then that's the last episode, and then a special goes into that, and we find out Yvonne's got a daughter who's Gary's. But
Spoilers.
Oh, mate, it's been out since last aired in 1999, mate. You know, just 27 years. But yeah, I think it's series 2 when he gets stuck. Even though he goes back to 1941 or 42, whatever it is, and he realizes he can't live in 1940s because he's used to 90s. But it's funny when he goes to 2016, he has to adapt to that because he's not been back since the 1990s.
Yeah. Mobile phones you can actually carry without breaking your arm.
Well, this is 2016, and even that's outdated now. Like phone shops and stuff are still around, and the telephone boxes. I think one of them's a defibrillator, one of them's a ATM, which I've never. Yeah, one of them's a coffee shop, and then an ATM, which I've never seen.
No, I have seen a coffee shop in a phone box.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
How did it work?
I never ordered a coffee from there, which is unusual for me because I feel like my coffee.
Yeah, you love your coffee.
But but as I recall, the door was like permanently open and just had like the coffee machine. It probably has a proper name, but barista style. The sort of thing you see, it's like Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Inside, basically just like the episode actually, and I think it just took orders, and you
That's so
waited in a
weird.
line or something.
Like, I've seen a defibrillator in a phone box. I've not seen an ATM machine either.
You know what you never see?
What phones?
A working phone in a phone box.
Well, yeah, they were a dying breed, mate. That picture, I think I posted it on the YouTube telephone box. People don't know what that is today. People don't know how to use that. The kids
Damn
today.
kids don't use it.
Yeah, no, they don't know how to use a telephone like we do. But yeah, it's interesting because he obviously plagiarizes a lot of songs. But then it ends up that he wrote the songs. And it's funny when he goes back to
Did he
2016.
write them?
Well, technically he didn't write them, but then when he goes back, he wrote them, and then technically they become Gary Sparrow songs, like the Smiths and the Beatles and God knows all
So
these.
if he didn't write them, but the original writers also didn't write them because they never wrote it.
Yeah.
Who actually wrote it?
Never. That's the whole point. But it's when
It's
he
called
goes.
a bootstrap paradox.
It's
You're
called a
welcome.
what? A boot what?
A bootstrap. A bootstrap.
Paradox. Yeah, nerd.
Yes.
Anyway, as I was saying,
I prefer philosopher, but okay.
all right, Karl Marx, calm down. When he goes back to 2016 or forward, obviously Adele, "Hello from the," that song. I'm not going to copyrighted, but then he goes back to 1962, I believe, the special setting, and then he sings it, and again it's a bootstrap paradox, as Barnaby put it. We're actually going to take a break right now, but as we do, it's going to be Barnaby's quote of the week.
Enjoy the dead air.
And that was Barnaby's quote of the week. Welcome back. We hope
Where did it come from?
What's that?
That was a real quote. Where did it come from?
I don't know. It was a Barnaby quote of the week. So,
All right, if you must know, I took it from Frasier.
Nick Lyndhurst is in that as well, isn't he? He's in the newest series.
Yeah, because I'm a genius and managed to tie it all together like that. It's a nowhere coincidence.
Smart. But you probably watched Goodnight Sweetheart before I did.
I guarantee that.
When did you watch it? Obviously, you probably didn't watch it when it came out originally.
The last series or two, yeah. My mum liked that show, so it was on.
Yeah, my mum. I don't even know how I came about it. This is like I found everything. One day I was going to my mum's. It was maybe 2023, 2024. I remember I saw Nick Lyndhurst. As I call him Nick because we're good friends. I call him Nicky. Saw Nick on the TV. Good old Nick. And I went to my mum. My mum was like, "Are you watching Only Fools and Horses?" She's like, "No." I was like, "You sure?" She's like, "Yeah, it's not." I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Oh, it's a show called Goodnight Sweetheart." I'm like, "That's Nicholas Lyndhurst." She's like, "Yes, I know." I'm like, "What's it about?" And then she's like, "Oh, watch it and you'll find out." And I went, "Okay." I think she was watching like series 3 or 4 maybe, and then that was how I found out about it. And then I saw series 1, and then I started on series 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the special for the last few weeks. So yeah, a very new, very recent discovery, but I'm glad I did because I think it's a fantastic show. I think it's written very well. There's some jokes in there. I think there's some there's a scene where Ron gets put in a police cell, and there's a woman that gets put in there, and it turns out it's not a woman. And the joke is trans woman. That's the joke. Which I'm like, oh, maybe not, but it was a different time.
It was a different time.
But still, it was a bit like, oh God, I thought there'd be more woke in this show, but it is about adultery.
No, not in the 90s.
No, it is about adultery, isn't it? So It was like 90. I think this was like 97, 98. This episode there. So it was on air in the 90s, late 90s. I think Harry Hill was doing his stand up then.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, it's it was good. For the time, it was a bit like, oh god. But now watching it back, you're like, oh bloody hell, that joke's a bit fucked.
Well, you can say that about any.
Yeah, we will talk about Olafort and Horses in its own episode, which I think next month will be the 45th anniversary. So we'll do a special. We'll do a 4-part special. Why not? Right, we'll announce it now. September will be a 4-part special building up to the 45th anniversary
Remind me to get some vodka in.
of Early Fourth and Horses. We might even live stream it. Maybe we'll do a live stream. Don't know how we'll do it. We'll find a way. And maybe we could do that one day. We could do a live stream where me and you just do a live podcast together in a room, and we'll just like film the ceiling.
Yeah. Do you have one of those lenses that makes people look thinner?
No, we'll film the ceiling or something. That's what we'll do.
People know what I look like.
You know what? What when we're more comfortable with the screen, we mentioned this before. We will eventually do an on-camera episode, but obviously me and Barnaby aren't comfortable right now. So right now it's just audio. We could do an episode where it's just facing the wall or something, or
that'll be exciting visuals.
Or what we could do is we could have it pointing at like I don't know. I don't know. But maybe we'll live stream one day. Maybe we'll go live or maybe I'll go live and talk about.
Just like a caricature of each us. We'll switch between them.
Yeah, I'll play both roles.
We have to get the accent right first.
Yeah, the accent. Yeah, kettle. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, I mean, we also want to do solo episodes. I believe you want to do a Black Books one, and then I want to do a solo episode talking about a show that I like that I know you won't have any interest talking about.
What's that?
It's for me to know and for you to never find out. But yeah, eventually we. What's that?
Oh, that show.
Yeah, that show. No, it's about wrestling. I'm going to do a wrestling podcast episode for myself. By myself.
What are you going to call it? On the ropes?
Or maybe something like on the mat, in the mat. I don't know, mate. I'm not for that far. But yeah, eventually we'll do a live video on the red sofa, somebody's house. I won't say whose. But yeah, once Barney's comfortable enough to be on camera and I'm comfortable enough, we'll get around to it. But we're on like episode 15. There's not a lot of subscribers, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're not really doing it for that. We're doing it because we thought, why not make our conversations that we talk about anyway, and put it on the internet. Because me and Barney talk about this shit, like we talk about series and everything all the time. So we thought, why not just put it on the fucking YouTubes, as the kids say today, the Tic Tacs, in it, fam.
Hey, let me tell you, man's not loving it. Anyway,
I do. Obviously, we have I guess they're big. We have Timothy West. He makes an appearance in series 6. Maybe 5, and Linda.
You're like a naval commander or something.
Yeah, he's like McDuffie or McDuffle or something like that. And it's when he sends poor Gary to France and tries to get him killed. Linda Barron, who is known for Open All Hours, she's come outside. That's how I know her. That's how I remember her. That was a good show. That was a very good show. I think that came out in the 90s.
Yeah, she wasn't the star of that. Pippin was.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for her, Pippin wouldn't have been there technically. Loads of people. Rolf Harris again. That hasn't aged very well. That episode where this episode where Gary's dreaming and like he's dreaming that Yvonne's in the 40s and Speaking of, we'll get into that actually. This actually surprised me when this happened. And Rolf Harris appears. The one episode that actually was like, oh my god, was when Gary was leaving the 40s. He went to his shop, and you see Phoebe come into the shop, and you're like, oh fuck, oh no. But the way he plays it off, it's like quite smooth the way he does it, and she never finds out. But that episode, I was like, oh no, Phoebe's gonna find out. Does it with Jack the Ripper as well, and Jack the Ripper ends up getting hit by a bus, a double-decker bus, I believe. Reference finally we won't get.
So what you're saying is, if a double-decker bus kills the both of us,
No, it just killed Jack the Ripper. But
maybe
yeah,
it was just
you know, it's nice when we get to see like the, what would you call it? A portal?
yeah.
Is that what they call it when that guy comes and he shuts that other portal from the future, and that guy
Yeah.
Brick Beckham comes into the shop?
Something like that, yeah.
And he buys all the stock, and then Ron's gonna get loads of money, and then he closes the portal. Oh, that was a funny episode. Poor Ron. He never. You know what? Let's talk about Ron Wheatcroft. Ron Wheatcroft. His life is so tragic, and you feel sorry for him. And you know, in the later series, he gets a girlfriend, and then she leaves him, and then you're like, oh, poor Ron, poor Ron. And then, you know, he's. I feel like Gary wasn't there for him as a friend. You know. I don't know.
In what
Maybe.
way?
Huh?
In what way?
Well, he was too busy in 1940 and 1990 fucking two women.
Well, wouldn't you?
No, Phoebe, yeah. Yvonne as well. Yeah, I guess so. They're both very fit ladies. If you had to pick between Yvonne from Series 4 and Phoebe from Series 4, who would you pick? Who would you stay with?
Well, I'd go with one.
You'd be thinking about Phoebe. Yeah. Well, there's Yvonne and there's Phoebe. But who's better?
There's only one way to find out.
And what's that?
Don't leave me hanging.
Ready? 3, 2. Fuck! Take.
Right!
Dingbat, you gimboid, you smeghead, you plonker.
Yeah, at least I had the decent hang or something.
Oy vey. But yeah, you know, Gary just like kind of abandons Ron, and Ron always gets in the shit, and because Ron always covers. Oh, excuse me for Gary, and he always gets the shit end of the stick, doesn't he, poor Ron?
Yeah, well, that's pretty normal for a sitcom.
And then the special, he's living in Yvonne's basement.
Yeah,
Poor
living
Ron.
the dream.
And then Gary's dog's Ron, and that made me laugh. He's like, "You called your dog Ron?" That made me laugh so much. Like, it's funny, but not all of it made me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was hilarious, but it there was some bits that made me giggle. Like, it was entertaining, but I didn't laugh at all of it. But there were some bits that really got me that shouldn't have. And
Like what?
I can't think of it. It might have been when he was singing the Smiths that got me. And he just started singing, "I was happy in a haze of a drunken now." And Noel Coward.
What was that supposed to be?
That was the Smiths. Noel Coward and Phoebe are looking at him like, "What the hell is this?" And the way Phoebe looks at him like, "This is awful." That's a joke, apparently. It's interesting they got someone's been Noel Coward, because like Noel Coward was a big actor in the 40s. Really? It's quite interesting to see him. Also, I'm not sure who played him actually in the series. Like, I don't actually know. I'll have to look into it, but I'm not sure how accurate he is to actually looking like Noel Coward. But how can we forget?
I always thought it looked more like H.P. Lovecraft.
What's that?
I always thought it looked more like H.P. Lovecraft, but what do I know?
How can we forget Mr. Deadman? How can we forget Reginald Deadman? PC Deadman. Oh,
senior or junior?
Well, the 1940s Deadman, not the 1990s Deadman. Or do you want to talk about the Victorian, 1800s Deadman? Because they're all related.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen him in.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing him much of anything else. I'm sure he has been in something else.
Christopher something.
Ettridge, I think.
Ettridge, that's it. Christopher Ettridge. I've only seen him in that, but he's hilarious in it. Like, he plays the character so well, and you know, PC Deadman. Oh, what a funny character! Even in the 90s, he's just a funny character, and he plays it so well, and he's just so good because he's such like a.
So good.
He's obviously like meant to be this dim police officer. Going back to the episode where Rolf Harris and Gary's tired and stuff, and there's actually a bit where Deadman goes, yeah, he basically like is like quite smart or something. I can't recall what he said, but yeah, such a good actor. I don't think I've seen him in anything else except that. He might have been in something else, but I've not seen him in anything else.
I'm sure he still gets work.
He probably does. I think he's kicking his 70s now, maybe. He's a bit older than Nick. Because Victor is about in his 60s as well, and I think most of the cast are in their 50s, 60s, 70s. Now. But you got a favourite episode or a favourite like line or funny thing in the series?
Yeah. I've got a favourite line, but it's not really all that funny. It's just a bit of a cultural thing.
Go on then.
Do you remember? It's quite an early episode where he goes off to the country. I can't remember why. It's to see Phoebe's nephew or something.
When he goes to Buckingham, yeah.
Yeah, and they got this American soldier, and it's something about shaving. He
Yeah,
just sort of puts the phone. That's what an Englishman does in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes me laugh. I don't know.
No, I know what you're on about. It's the American Navy guy and talks about it being in a can or whatever. Shaving foam in a can or something like that.
Yeah, well, he says they have a shaving stick, which was a thing. I've never used one.
Yeah. I know that bit does make me. I remember that bit. That bit is quite makes me giggle because he's trying to like one up the American because obviously I don't know if he's with Phoebe at that point because obviously it was because Phoebe's married and
she is.
What's his name?
Yeah. Anyway,
what's his name? No, you should know this.
I don't know. Jeff. I don't know.
No.
Steve.
No.
Jim Bob. I can't remember every little thing around here. You're supposed to do the research.
Yeah, do it now.
I'm just here with some.
No, was it Donald? Donald, that's his name.
Yeah, that's right. I knew that. I was just testing you.
No, he didn't. And who's Donald played by? Who's he played by?
Oh, he's actually played by two actors.
Okay, who's he played by?
I made that up. I have literally no idea.
He's played by Ralph Ineson.
Oh, what, the Ralph?
Yeah, how do you not know who Ralph Ineson is?
I'm sure he's a fine actor. He's getting more work than I am.
Fantastic Four as in the new. It was Galactus in the Fantastic Four. He's a well-known Hollywood actor. He's been in lots. He's been in Little Britain. I'm pretty sure he's been in Black Books. I'm pretty sure he's been in fucking Gavin and Stacey. I'm pretty sure he's been in fucking everything, mate.
Yeah, Ralph I don't really watch Marvel movies.
Ralph Ineson.
I don't know. I don't care.
Right, I'm gonna have to fucking name what he's been in now, ain't I? Because you're dumb.
Correct.
He was in The Witch. He was in The First Omen. He was in the Green Knights. He was in Nosferatu. He was in Catch a Killer. He was in The Hurricane Heist. The Office. He was in The Office. The UK Office.
Good for him.
God, how many you don't know who Ralph Ineson is? Jesus,
I'm not good with names.
I know his face. I'll show you. But he plays Donald. And obviously, Donald's in a war prison. He comes back. He doesn't actually love Phoebe. And then he says to Gary, will you blah, blah, blah. And then he ends up dying, I think. Spoilers. And then she marries Gary. Gary. No, I better not do that. I can't do that. Can I?
Well, it depends.
Get in trouble for saying that. It's a reference.
Who's going to care?
I probably wonder that was a reference to Only Fools and Horses. It was, I think, the last one they did. One of the last ones.
Yeah, it was one of the specials.
And it was they went to Paris to get some wine, and we'll talk about it another time. But there's a character, and they call him. He goes, "This is Gary," and he goes, "Gary." That's how he goes. I'm just, yeah. Anyway, like I said, we'll do that. We'll do that in next month. That'll be. In fact, no, we'll do 5 parts Only Fools and Horses next month. That's gonna be hell for you because you know nothing about Only Fools and Horses.
I know lots of things about Fools and Horses.
Oh yeah, go on. Do an Uncle Albert quote that isn't during the 1939 to 1945 conflict between England and Germany. Go on.
All right.
Yeah. What is your name?
Who want to?
From Prussia with Love. But I didn't know that was what the episode was called.
I did. And where's Prussia?
Well, it's Germany, my friend.
No, it isn't.
Well, it's smaller than Germany.
No, it isn't.
Prussia is Germany, or what Germany is now.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Karl Marx, you know him?
Well, not personally.
He was from Prussia.
Good for him.
Which is modern Germany.
No, it isn't.
Where is it then, Mr. Know-It-All?
Lithuania.
It's Germany. It got split into multiple countries.
So did Anglia.
It's fucking Germany, you dumb.
Yugoslavia.
Look, I'm not getting into this for you, but fucking Prussia is Germany, okay?
No.
Karl Heinrich Marx is a Prussian philosopher, also known as a German philosopher. Huh?
No, he's dead.
He was, you fucking gimboid. Jesus Christ. This is what I have to put up with, by the way, guys. This guy, raw fam. Yeah, back to Goodnight Sweetheart. You got a favourite character? Anyone that we relate to?
Oh yeah.
Who?
Deadman.
You relate to Deadman, do you?
Yeah. Oh, I like to think I would have got on with him very well. We're both a bit weird. We're both a bit thick.
We're at dim. You also got the same hairline as him, actually.
It looks like that.
No, I think he's got more hair than you. Anyway,
yeah, I just shake my head.
No, I think you'd get on with Ron, actually. I feel like you've got a lot to talk about, used to.
What about our love of being romantic fools?
Yeah.
The fact we both have a history of the printing industry.
Do you?
Yeah, I've had an interesting career. What do you want?
You've had in the printing industry. What did you print? Fake 40s fibers, white fibers.
No.
What did you print?
I printed flyers.
For what?
Anything you want to flyer. Mostly pizza places.
Did you get free pizza?
Nah.
Oh, that's a bit bullshittery.
I sold ice cream once too.
Did you get free ice cream?
No, I got paid in ice cream. It was pretty sweet.
So you got free ice cream then?
No, actually I didn't. I had to pay for it.
How much? When we were talking price?
I think they were £2 each.
Fucking hell. That's like
two if you like a flake.
So remind me, if you went down the alleyway, and you somehow magically travelled back in time or whatever, where would you go? What year would you be in?
Well, naturally, living around here, if I went down an underpass, I'd be lucky to come out alive. But yeah, I'd probably go the 19th century.
I'd say 80s.
Why the 80s?
Because it was music, fashion. You know, that's the only reason I'd go.
We have that at home.
Oh, we don't have the Smiths at home, do we?
Well, got their albums.
Yeah, but in the 80s, they were actually a thing, and they actually were around. So if you went back to the 1980s, you'd be able to experience them in person instead of listening to them on a CD or a vinyl.
That would be fun.
And you get to meet young Morrissey.
Well, I'd be okay with that.
You know, when he was actually attractive.
Still attractive.
He's ugly, mate. Just admit it. Morrissey's
No,
ugly.
no, he's not.
I get what I want.
I bet you do.
Alright, I think we're going to leave it there because tired. Need to be up early. Got an appointment
Some people
somewhere.
got no stamina.
Alright, well, okay, so this podcast has become the me podcast because Barnaby never talks in them. And we're going to do what we always do. I'm going to give Barnaby the room. Barnaby, the room is yours.
Cool. Bloody hell. She's annoying, isn't she? I mean, do you think so? Don't you think so? You're kind of annoying. I do. Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? Well, I'll let you all in on a secret. But when she's not looking, sometimes I don't pay any attention and I like to think I'm somewhere else. She's listening right now. I know. I can tell. And she's looking daggers at me. I just know it. And do you know what? I'm smiling. I'm smiling. Oh, when you're smiling.
Don't sing that because I'll get copyrighted. Okay,
All right.
well,
I'll sing something else.
go on then.
I don't know. What do you want?
Libertines.
No, that's also a copyright. I tell you what, I could probably technically sing "The Night Bus Took Me Home" from my show.
An exclusive here. Barnaby sings amateurs exclusively on the podcast. And so every time you'll hear him, guys, so like, comment, and subscribe, and you can hear Barnaby perform every episode a little snippet of the amateurs.
Technically, I'm allowed to sing that one. So yeah, if you ask me really, really nicely, I'll do an exclusive acoustic version of it.
Yeah, we'll put it on the channel, and we'll make it. People pay for it, so it'll be £1 to watch.
Well, that's more than I get off Spotify.
Okay, well, we're gonna leave it there. You got anything else you want to say? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, there is something I'd like to say, but it's very controversial.
Sure.
Yeah, well, boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great, aren't
That's all he thinks about, guys. That's why his favourite song is Some Girls Bigger Than Others. Alright, well, it's good night from me. And it's good night from him.
they? See ya.
Bye.